Biden report says Israel may be violating international law in Gaza. The Biden administration on Friday stated that Israel's use of US-provided weapons in Gaza is likely breaching international humanitarian law, although definitive evidence is lacking due to the challenges of wartime conditions. This acknowledgement marked the strongest stance taken by the Biden administration on the issue, highlighting concerns about civilian protection during Israel's attack on Gaza. The administration released a summary of a report delivered to Congress, outlining the findings of reasonable evidence indicating potential violations of international law by Israel. While the report expressed concerns, the lack of direct evidence linking specific US weapons to individual attacks by Israeli forces in Gaza have offered America flexibility for future decisions on restricting offensive weapons sales to Israel. Israeli War Cabinet approves Rafah attack. Israel's War Cabinet greenlit the expansion of the Israeli Army's operation in Rafah, a move discussed amid ongoing airstrikes targeting displaced Palestinians. The expansion, described as measured, reportedly avoided crossing US President Joe Biden's recent red line, though opinions varied on whether it skirted the boundary. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet instructed continued efforts to negotiate a captive deal, indicating a multifaceted approach to the conflict. Despite some opposition, including from ultranationalist officials, the decision signaled a divergence from Biden's stance, which had drawn criticism from Israeli authorities earlier in the week. Gaza ceasefire talks stall as Israel prepares for Rafah attack. Hamas on Sunday announced that Gaza truce negotiations had regressed after Israel rejected a plan proposed by international mediators, leaving efforts to find a resolution at a standstill. Hamas planned to consult with other Palestinian factions to strategize on talks aimed at ending 7 months of conflict sparked by its October 7th attack on Israel. The United Nations issued a warning that aid for Gaza could cease in the coming days following Israel's seizure of control over the Rafah crossing, a crucial supply route for the devastated Palestinian enclave. The White House expressed efforts to keep the sides engaged in discussions, albeit virtually, underscoring the urgency of finding a resolution to the ongoing conflict. President's brother arrested in Peru corruption scandal. Nicanor Boluarte, the brother of Peru's President Dina Boluarte, was arrested for his alleged involvement in a corruption network, accused of using his sister's authority to release funds in exchange for bribes. Nicanor Boluarte denied any wrongdoing despite prosecutors' claims of his involvement in corrupt practices, while arrest warrants were issued for 21 other individuals, including President Boluarte's lawyer, Matteo Castiglietta. The arrest followed a scandal involving the president's private home being raided over allegations of undeclared Rolex watches, adding to the pressure on the embattled leader. Prosecutors alleged that Nicanor Boluarte orchestrated a corruption and influence peddling scheme to appoint officials in exchange for money and support for a political party, while Mr. Castiglietta was accused of interfering with the investigation.